Mwah. Hi, Leather Rock here. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, that was Tabby Boy. Take a look at this. You're going to see two versions of this orange look, and I'm going to back up because I think the light is pretty good here. Now, this is the look. This does not have mascara. This does not have eyeliner. This is a way to wear orange that is wearable. It's not as intimidating. Some people just, I don't know, you guys scared too easy or something. I don't understand the big deal. It's just color. But some people think, oh, you can't wear orange. Well, maybe you can. This is ColourPop Orange You Glad palette. And this palette is a lot of fun. This is, I want to be really careful with, I don't want to tip my computer over, and I sure as heck don't want to spill these eyeshadows. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tilt my computer down, and you get a better look. Aren't these something? Well, in order to get the look that I'm wearing, you can't just slap one shade of eyeshadow on and call it a day. This is actually a bit complex. And I'm going to show you the look with this and with this is another ColourPop product. This is from their, they have a series of Day Glow eyeliners called the Beat Drop. And it's 5 different liners, and this is the closest to orange. It looks more peach than this orange shade that you see here, but that's what I did on my waterline. But I'm going to show you how I came up with this, and I'm also going to show you what an impact a winged liner and mascara would have. I still wouldn't do mascara on lower lashes because you will totally cover up the eyeliner. So I'm going to tie my hair back so I can do this without things getting caught in these earrings. And Tabby Boy has definitely gone down the hall. Should have grabbed my thing to tie my hair back there. I don't want to use this, but you know what? It's here, and I will use it. Use anything and anything to tie my hair back. So, I put the oil out ahead of time. I am going to... Oh, and you're wondering what the lipstick I'm wearing. It's by B&H Cosmetics. It's their Art Pop line, and it's a color called Zoink. Very, I don't want to say weird, but it's a very, very pale, mostly matte, nude, almost a white kind of beige. Some people could probably even use it as a concealer or something. I think the reason why this look works without mascara and eyeliner, at least except for the orange that I waterlined, is that orange itself is such an outstanding color that some people might want to just have that be the only color that's on their face. But this is how you make it wearable. How much of it you put on there, and wait till you see how he came across this. I'm hoping that I don't leave any smudges of this on my face the last time. It just drives me nuts when I watch my videos and I see a spot that I forgot to clean up. I think I watch my videos kind of with a critical eye of somebody that's watching, and these, I see every mistake. And because I don't have the tech schools to do certain things, I could see certain things. I wish I fixed this. Like, I'm having such a hard time putting text on my thumbnails again because I need a mouse to do certain things, and I keep on just dumb lucking the success that I'm having lately. I'm going to take a look. And oh, this is the Beat Drop liner set that I was telling you about. It comes with 5 liners, including the orange one. So, oh, and don't you know I dropped it on the floor. Great. So, that's what my trusty alcohol is for. Such things as this, where you need to disinfect something really quickly. Just pour some alcohol onto the cap. Then pour some of that onto the palm of your hand. And that is going to be, and then go ahead and pour the rest of the alcohol back into the container so you don't waste it. And this is how you sterilize things that you inadvertently dropped onto your filthy carpet. Because I am a germaphobe, and I have to use this later. So, and you guys don't want to deal with the boredom of me going to a sink and washing it off and all that. So, now I'm going to take a look in the mirror, and I'm going to see if I have oil all over my face. No, I just have glitter all over my face. Oh yeah, this palette has a pressed glitter in it, and the glitter will get everywhere. That's just, whenever you're dealing with glitter, I think you just have to accept that. You know what? I wish I had gotten my washcloth wet before I did this. It's funny, I was just looking at a message board where somebody who works in a medical field was saying that they would not use this glitter too close to their eyes because they've seen too many scratches in the cornea and stuff. And there I am doing this, and I don't even have the wet washcloth that I usually have when I start these things. That's really irresponsible. Don't do that. I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed here. And I'm going to go for my eyelid prep color. Alright. Where the hell did I put it? Here. And what I have been using lately is the Sassy and Chic Moisturizing Foundation. That works just as good as anything else you can prime your eyelids on. And it gives everything something to stick. And especially when you're working with pressed glitters, you want something that makes the eye color stick. Even though these pressed glitters seem to almost come with a cream formula themselves. I'm going to be kind of generous with this. In part because there's some stray glitter that's kind of all over the place, and it might not necessarily be in on parts of the eye where I need it. Because right now we want this foundation base to stick. And this will also help remove any stray pieces of glitter that happen to still be here. Oh, it looks like my eyebrows got a little bit smeared. But I think I have the thing I used for that in here. when it doesn't matter really where I'm going, I really do switch up what I use for my eyebrows a lot. You know, sometimes I'll even use a gray pencil. Not if I really absolutely care about looking my absolute best. But if I'm just gonna go to the store and just whatever, I may just go and do that. And you know what? I can't even. Oh, here I am. Yeah. For some reason, I have several gray pencils, and I have them with my lip colors for some reason. But I'm going to just. What it is I was wearing that knit hat. It's really cold out and kind of windy. When it's cold and windy, a knit hat is a good way to keep from losing too much heat. Alright. Now the first thing I'm going to do is there's one color that I needed that was not in this palette. If you are extremely pale skinned, you are going to want a color that will be suitable to just be on your brow bone and touch up your eyebrows. And even though there is a light color up here in this palette, if you're extremely fair like me, you need something lighter. So I'm going back into the Color Magic palette, and they have a white color and they have an off-white color. And I'm going to go ahead with the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro number 6. That's a big, fluffy brush. And I'm going to generously dip into the off-white color. My nose is running. I had to take a Sudafed a couple of hours ago, and I wouldn't normally want to take them late at night in case they might interfere with my sleeping. But even though since I'm doing this right now, this video is 2:16 a.m., I'm not sleeping because I'm doing a video anyway, so. And here I'm going to go for the first ½ inch of skin, touching the eyebrows, and just making sure to give that a nice, good, strong, opaque coating so that it really does help the other shadows from bleeding too close to your eyebrow. If that's not showing up, you may want to go over it again. Now don't go down lower than like a ½ inch. You want the rest of your lid area to be tacky and sticky enough for these colors to show up. Okay, now we can put this away. This is a handy little palette. This really is. And I think that whenever you, if you have skin like mine, I think you should always make sure that you have some kind of an off-white color to go with to make these colors work. Now, the next thing we are going to do, I want to make sure that I'm using the right brush here. Okay. Alright, the next thing we are going to do is we're going to use the lightest shade that's in this palette, aside from pressed glitter, and it is called Zested. And you're going to take this brush, which is the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro number 5. Really, the specific brushes almost don't matter. I would just recommend big fluffy brushes for these first ones because you want a diffused soft wash of color. Dip into this shade, then go just at the crease and sweep a couple of times. Go back into this, sweep again a couple of times, onto the next eye. You know what? Maybe one more time. Next thing we're going to do is, there is a color here that is like kind of like a flesh tone, but it's a little bit darker, and it is called Creamsicle. And I am using B&H Cosmetics. It is one of their vegan brushes, and it's very similar to the first two that I used. And I'm just going to get into it, coat it nicely, tap off the excess. Then I'm just going to darken the crease, sweeping back and forth. Then I'm going to do the other eye, tap off the excess. When these look symmetrical. Alright, now we are going to start going a little bit lower. Now we're going to, on the eye I mean, now we're going to, I have right now the B&H Cosmetics 17, possibly my favorite brush. It's feels really good in the hand. It's smaller, and this will give more of a concentrated, you can do thinner lines with this brush. I'm going to go into the one in the top in the middle. It's called Squeeze Me, and it's a light frosty orange. And this is going to get more of a concentrated line of color. I'm going to go just below the crease on the eyelid, and I'm going to sweep back and forth. But I'm going to leave this part of the lid blank for now. I'm going to sweep back and forth, back and forth. Going to do this on the other side. Touch it again. I'm going to stick my head back here to see how good it is. See, this is what we're going for is kind of a color gradient. I want to touch that again. I want you to see up close. You see how you started with this color up here, and then you're working your way down to what you're doing. If you think that the previous color, which was this one, wasn't dark enough, then maybe you might want to go back over just above that, and that would be the color right here. Don't go above the crease though, whatever you do. And maybe you might want to do that on the other side. Okay, now we're going to go for the color that's closest to this part of the lid. It's closest to the lash line. And for that, we are going to go down to this bottom color, the most vibrant, bright, and darkest of the oranges, and it's called Mimosa Mommy. M-A-M-I, Mommy. Mommy. Wow. And I am using the 17, and same on the other eye. If by any chance on one of the lids you got your previous shadows too close to the lash line, it might not show up enough, in which case feel free to give it another pass. You know, I found a quick, easy way to make shadows show up more when you've already put passes on it, and it is too dry, so there's nothing to adhere. You can use a number of things. You can use a lotion you might have on hand. You can use sunblock. I suppose you might use a little tiny bit of oil, but that's too tricky because that can also be used as a makeup remover, and that's obviously the last thing you want. But you can use, if you can find a sunblock on hand, that might be one of the most likely things that you can use. Now, what I can put my hand on. You can use an eye cream. You can use a hand lotion. And as a matter of fact, that is what we're going to use right now. I'm going to shake this up. This is an Yves Rocher hand cream, but it's like a couple years old, so it's probably separated to the water. And you don't need a lot, and there isn't a lot, but I just want to show that you can definitely do this. Alright, well, a lot more than I needed. Just take a little bit of a cream something, and then get your mirror, and then go over, you don't want to go over the whole lid, obviously, but just that little part of the eyeshadow that you want to intensify. Just tap this cream on top, pat it in with your finger, only where you're going to put the eyeshadow that you want. Then you take the brush and you take that shadow and you tap, don't sweep. Tap where you want the shadow to go, right on top of that cream. See? Do they match? Now I'm going to stand up behind here and I'm going to see if they match. Yeah, I think they match. Now, we're going to get that water line going with that other, but you know what? Let me put this stuff back here. So yeah, remember that. Keep some kind of cream on hand, so if you want to fix an eyeshadow and make it stick better. The advantage of that compared to a base like this is something like this that is not see-through will impact the pigment of the eyeshadow you can't put on top of it. Whereas if you use a see-through cream, it's not going to impact what the eyeshadow looks like. Alright, I gotta find that eyeliner that I just showed you so that I can do the waterline. Unless, no, I think I may have put it back. No, I didn't. I'm telling you, I think I have everything all ready and organized, and shit happens. Alright, because remember I sterilized it when that all happened? And, oh, here it is. Okay, now I'm going to waterline my lower lash line. I'm not going to bother with the upper because that would be superfluous. And I'm going to use another mirror, not that one. Something where I'm not going to be worrying about the shadows falling out. Oh, that doesn't have a mirror. Duh. Okay. I don't want to use one of those. Alright. Let's see. This is pretty sturdy. Can you see this, what I'm doing? I'm sticking my finger. This is how I do it one-handed. I'm sticking my finger down. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm only pulling down a tiny little bit because you don't want to stretch the eye area. Doing this. This is allowing me to see. And I apologize. There's some very loud and obnoxious drug dealers that are making noise out my window. I'm trying to film. I lost a so-called friendship over this. This is obscene. This is ridiculous. I'm like trying to film. Excuse me! It's late! Please take it down a notch! Bitch! God, I'm sorry. I live in an area where there are some really rude and obnoxious people, many of whom don't even live here, that just make it intolerable for people who live here. And as soon as I'm finished filming this video, I'm going to call the cops on them because I am so sick and tired of this ghetto bullshit. Now, one of the things I'm going to do to kick this look up a notch is I'm going to add some winged eyeliner. And for that, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild H2O Proof. I really like the control I get for this. And I don't have to do repeated passes to get a nice look. And for this, I really do want to get a better mirror. And yeah, I have to admit I'm a little bit keyed up by that person hanging out here. And I should get it out of my head. But, you know. I think I may need to dip into this some more. I hope you guys don't hear what I hear out the window. I'm not going to carry it underneath. Or you know what? Maybe I could just a little bit. And I'm going to use this mascara that I've been using. This is the Ulta Beauty Bold Ambition. The one with the weird combs on it. Yeah. All the yelling and screaming out there. It's ghetto miscreancy. I'm going to put just a tiny little bit on the lower lashes. I'm so afraid of it smudging. Alright, now I'm going to do something a little bit extra as far as a lip color, and I'm going to break out the old Nicka K. It's called Vibrant Orange. It's actually a lighter orange, so it's not too in your face. And when I wear this much orange, I usually don't bother with the cheek color at all. And you could do a highlight. I really don't. I think that's kind of a little superfluous. But you know what? I guess I could use the gold. And I'm just going to use my finger. And going to hit it here. And here. What do you think? Okay, I really want to end this because the sooner I get done with this, the sooner I can call the cops. Alright, do you like this? This is how you can wear orange and make it work. From the Orange You Glad palette by ColourPop. If you, let's see, I'm going to give you a closer look. Here. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And especially if you like cats. Have I shown you Cassie? Oh, look at this. If you like me and my content, I'd love to have you subscribe. I make 3 new videos a week and I try to include my kitties in them. And if you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell so you don't miss anything. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.